Tyson Fury says that Deontay Wilder will be more dangerous in the trilogy than ever before. Let's quickly get to what Tyson Fury's actually said. I said I was going to make a video talking about Tyson Fury's comments on Wilder being more dangerous in my previous video. Let me get to what Tyson Fury's actually said on this. He said, "You know, I take every fight. I take every fight very serious. Deontay Wilder's a serious customer, and he will be a serious training camp. I know that Deontay Wilder will want to win this more than anything before, more than anything because he's never lost before. It's his time to prove that he can come back. He can become two-time heavyweight champion. He will be dangerous in this fight than ever before because he'll be dangerous in this fight than he has ever been before. This is the only business I'm interested in. The only business when it happens, and when it happens, it happens. I'll be waiting in the wings for the call." Said, "I think so. He only needs to land one punch in the right place and it's over. We've seen him do it 40 odd times before. You can never ever write anybody off. I've learned that during my career. I've learned that during my life and my career. I've been wrote off every fight I've had, and I always win." Those are words of Fury. Said, "Never write anybody off. A man who lost his last fight, been dropped, and everyone's lost confidence in is always a dangerous man." So those are all the words of Tyson Fury. Now, if you check my previous videos, I've been basically saying this in every single video I'm talking about Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. I've been saying this repeatedly. People should park the brakes on writing off Deontay Wilder's chances in the trilogy, because if you look at how Tyson Fury actually stopped Deontay Wilder, you know, if it wasn't for that equilibrium shot, would Deontay Wilder have gone 12 rounds? Would he have been more successful in later rounds? Because Tyson Fury was expending a lot of energy. Because I think people should park the brakes on talking about Tyson Fury's now a devastating puncher. Deontay Wilder had his legs were completely shot, completely gone, and Tyson Fury couldn't put him to sleep. The team had to throw in the towel. He couldn't end the fight himself. He had to be the team to throw in the fight. But even despite that, Tyson Fury devastating, massive victory over Deontay Wilder. But the fact that Deontay Wilder, he couldn't put Deontay Wilder away, because Dillian Whyte was actually talking about Tyson Fury not being able to stop Deontay Wilder like the way he believed he would have. Dillian Whyte says that if he knocked Deontay Wilder, he would have knocked him out on the floor. Tyson Fury could have knocked Deontay Wilder on the floor. So I think people talking about Fury's going to come in there and blow out Deontay Wilder, knock him spark out, should park the brakes on that. There's no guarantee of Fury coming in there and blasting Wilder out. If he doesn't catch him with the same shot that he did in the rematch, is there a guarantee that Tyson Fury wins by knockout? No guarantees at all. It's not like we have AJ in there who's got big power in both hands, left hand, right hand, uppercut. Tyson Fury is not known for being a devastating puncher, but if he does catch you with the correct shot, he can cause you, he can can definitely put you down, as definitely put you, if at all, force your team to stop the fight, like we saw with Fury and Wilder in the trilogy. But Tyson Fury says he's taking this fight very serious, and that's good signs from Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury has a track record of not delivering when there's this perception that the fight is going to be easy for him. With people like Otto Wallin, where people think he's going to breeze over off Otto Wallin. We saw what Otto Wallin did. Most fighters would have been stopped the way Tyson Fury was cut. They allowed him to continue 12 round decision. So good signs that Tyson Fury is not believing his own hype, and he says he's taking this fight very serious. You know, because he's going to have to. Like Tyson Fury said, Tyson Fury is basically expecting a resurgent Deontay Wilder. Someone who wants to redeem himself. Somebody who wants to become a two-time heavyweight champion. Tyson Fury says he'll be more dangerous in the fight than he's ever been before. Does Tyson Fury believe that? Or is Tyson Fury selling the fight? I think it's a combination of both. I think Tyson Fury definitely knows what Deontay Wilder is capable of. He knows he was dropped in the first fight when he became too complacent. He knows what Deontay Wilder is capable of after watching Luis Ortiz looking like he's looking bad all rounds, and all of a sudden knocks a guy spark out. He knows what Deontay Wilder is capable of if he catches you open, catches you sleeping, like with Dominic Brazil. You know? So Tyson Fury is well aware of the capabilities of Deontay Wilder in putting someone to sleep and knocking them out in devastating fashion. So Tyson Fury is taking this fight very seriously. All the fans saying Deontay Wilder hasn't got a shot, hasn't got the opportunity. Obviously, Tyson Fury is going to be favourite for the trilogy because of how conclusive victory it was in the rematch. And most people's perception is that he won the first fight. Even despite Deontay Wilder's 12th round famous knockdown, most people believe that Tyson Fury won the first fight, even though the CompuBox record showed that the punch output from both guys was pretty much the same for the whole fight. But the perception that people had was that Tyson Fury was ring general and he was controlling things, so that's why people believed that he won the first fight. But Tyson Fury taking Deontay Wilder seriously, we have to wait and see what happens in the trilogy. As I said in my previous video before, December 19th is the date that has been set for Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, potentially in the $2 billion stadium, the Allianz Arena, I believe, Raiders Stadium in Vegas. Hopefully it can take place then. There's no roadblocks with all this virus and thing growing up in the States and that. So they also was talking about China in November, Australia. We just have to wait and see what Bob Arum and Wilder's team confirm, when this fight is actually going to take place, when the press conferences and everything's going to take place, probably maybe in October, September-ish, where we start to get the show on the road. But Tyson Fury says Deontay Wilder is a serious customer. He said he will get a dangerous, serious training camp, and I believe that Deontay Wilder potentially working with the likes of George Foreman, taking advice from George Foreman, you know, looking to make some adjustments. Even Tyson Fury has said himself, said you can never write off anybody. You know, he said that this Deontay Wilder is going to be making some adjustments. Tyson Fury even said it himself. You know, I think Tyson Fury's got more sense talking about his trilogy more than his actual fans. The fanboys coming out, Deontay Wilder hasn't got a chance. It's going to happen again. What are these people on? You know, we have to wait and see what happens. This is heavyweight boxing. You know, if people told you that Otto Wallin could cut Tyson Fury and potentially stop him, you would have thought they're talking garbage. So let's wait and see what happens. Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about Tyson Fury saying that Deontay Wilder will be more dangerous in the trilogy than ever before? Do you think Deontay Wilder will be more dangerous in the trilogy than ever before? I feel like Deontay Wilder, you know, first of all, if his suit actually weighed 40 pounds, scrap the suit, mate. That's the first thing. But obviously, talking about serious business, Deontay Wilder needs to work on disguising that right hand. He needs to work on his balance. His balance when he's on the back foot wasn't great. He needs to work on his back foot game. Whether he's got enough time to work on that, who knows? But he needs to work on, just like I saw in the interview, like on whose channel was it again? It was Teddy Atlas. Said Deontay Wilder needs to work on, you know, shooting his right hand on the back foot, walking fighters onto right hand. Because Deontay Wilder seems to land his right hand on the front foot when he throws it from long range. The one time I've seen Deontay Wilder walk two guys onto right hand was Arthur Spilker. Arthur Spilker got walked onto right hand, got knocked out in devastating fashion. Luis Ortiz in the first fight in round 10 where he got knocked out, he was walked onto a right hand and Luis Ortiz was holding the ropes. Deontay Wilder might have to replicate something like that against Tyson Fury. With a bigger Tyson Fury, he's not as small as Arthur Spilker and Ortiz. Might be more difficult, but he needs to get big guys in sparring and work on walking big guys onto right hands. He's not always going to have that range advantage, that height advantage, that reach advantage. You know, Fury's is pretty good on his feet. He's better on his feet than Arthur Spilker, better on his feet than Luis Ortiz. So we need to see how Deontay Wilder in his camp is going to be working towards defeating Tyson Fury. Will Tyson Fury come into the trilogy with the same game plan? Will he come in with the same thing? Because will Tyson Fury be thinking that Deontay Wilder is going to figure out how to deal with that, and then he's not going to be able to execute like he did in the rematch? Or will Tyson Fury come up with a totally different game plan to throw off Deontay Wilder again? Deontay Wilder didn't expect Fury to come out the way he did. He expected the first fight Fury looking to hop and move and herky-jerky style, like everyone likes to call it. He was caught off guard by Tyson Fury's so gung-ho, walking forward, you know, smothering Deontay Wilder to stop him from shooting his right hand at long range. You could visibly see Deontay Wilder trying to get space, you know, to line up his right hand. No, he didn't give him any opportunity. You know, even in this picture here, you can see Deontay Wilder throwing his right hand, Tyson Fury throwing out that lead jab. He knows that he's preventing Deontay Wilder from having that open target to throw the shot at his chin. So Deontay Wilder's happened to loop his right hand, which is not Deontay Wilder's most effective punch. Deontay Wilder likes to punch through the target, through his opponent's chin. You know, Tyson Fury cancelling out that generated velocity on his shot by causing Deontay Wilder to loop the right hand, which is less effective. So Deontay Wilder is going to have to find a way of evading these maneuvers that Tyson Fury is doing, that Tyson Fury uses to ride the shot. Deontay Wilder needs to learn how to, take the extra step in so he can hit the target. Sometimes he just misses Tyson Fury on the chin. He needs to find a way of disguising his right hand. In terms of what Tyson Fury might probably likely come in with the similar game plan. He's going to want to knock Deontay Wilder out in devastating fashion. He's not going to probably want to have to go to the 12 rounds. I doubt that fight is going to go 12 rounds. I don't see that fight going 12 rounds in my opinion. Even if it does go 12 rounds, I think there'll be some serious knockdowns happening that in between. I see Deontay Wilder getting some knockdowns, or Fury. You can't even count out Fury getting knockdowns. As strange as it sounds, because Fury's not known for knocking guys down at all. Managed to knock Deontay Wilder down, catching him with a shot that just happened to put Deontay Wilder down, caught him in devastating fashion. Equilibrium shots always give guys trouble. Look at AJ with Ruiz. Couldn't recover from that shot that knocked off his equilibrium. And funny enough, Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua both got stopped in the same round. So drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about Tyson Fury saying that Deontay Wilder will be more dangerous in the trilogy than ever before? Do you believe that? Do you think Deontay Wilder's a shot to knock out Tyson Fury? Or will Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder in the trilogy and set up a massive fight with Anthony Joshua in summer 2021? Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Cool.